into the abyss.
Alright. Now, this is the Emeril Lagasse Pasta and Beyond machine. The first time I saw it, it was $149. No. And I looked up reviews and they were pretty bad. So I kind of backed off a little bit. And I thought, well, if they mark them down, and they did, 50% off. So challenge accepted. So I bought one. And I had watched videos previous to this and watching people struggle and complain and struggle. And some people, they just bing, bang, boom, there it is. They got it right off the bat. My guess is they actually read the directions, understood the directions, and completed the directions. So that's basically what I did, and I ended up with a nice big bowl of spaghetti. As I was making udon noodles last night for a Japanese stir fry, something occurred to me that might be part of the problem that a lot of people have. If you've ever made pasta from scratch, you're familiar with the pile of flour, you make the well in the middle, you add your egg and your salt, you mix and mix and mix until you have a nice ball of dough. Then you run it through the rollers, then you run it through the cutters, and it's just a big whole production. And I think that's what people think that this machine is supposed to do. It's supposed to give you a ball of dough. And that is not what this machine is supposed to do. Simply by the way it's designed, it is impossible for this thing to, on one hand, create a ball of dough, and two, turn that ball of dough into any kind of pasta. And I'm going to show you why. Now, these are the guts, okay? And it spins counterclockwise as I'm standing. As it's mixing, it will spin counterclockwise, which means this, around like this. Now, this part is important here. But these are the tossers. I don't really call these paddles. I call them tossers. And the reason why is because this machine is not meant to form a cohesive ball of dough. All it is meant to do is to gently toss the flour, the salt, and the water together to form a moist, granular mixture. Now, if you plan on turning this into just a ball of dough, where's it going to go? How is it going to get out? It can't, because it's stuck together. You need those granules, because after 10 minutes, slams on the brakes, goes into reverse. Now it's spinning this way. And this paddle serves a very important purpose. You got your granules. Let's call them clumps. Granule clumps of moist dough, little balls. They're all popping around in here. This paddle comes down, scoops it up, brings it up, and drops it into this hole right here. See the worm gear? As those granules are being dropped in here, that worm gear feeds those granules into the extruder. And basically, at this point, all that kneading that you used to do by hand is done in just a fraction of a time. It's compressed here, and it comes out through the extruder. So it has to stay loose in here in order for this paddle to scoop it up and drop it into this hole. The temptation to add water because you're not seeing a dough forming is what's getting people into a lot of trouble. It's getting them frustrated and making bad videos. This machine works just fine, but you have to follow the directions. I know it's hard to get your mind off of that lovely ball of dough. That is not what you're looking for. You are looking for just a loose mix spinning around in here and getting dumped in this hole so you can have your pasta coming out. So if you got one and you got ticked off, packed it up, put it on a shelf, bring it out again. Your flour, do not pack this. This is loose. Just put your flour in here, level it off, and your water. Right here, this first cup where it says 70, that's your water line for batch 1, and where it shows the 2 cups there, which is 150, that's your 2 batch. Start with a single batch, one of this leveled off, first line, water, and your half a teaspoon of salt, and try it again. It will work. There's nothing wrong with this machine. I guarantee it's operator error. If you don't know the brake from the gas, you shouldn't be driving. But if you know the brake from the gas, try it. And it's okay. And another thing, something else that somebody was complaining about, and I thought this was funny. Okay, here's the lid. Now, the lid goes in, it hooks. It's got little hooks here and here, okay? And it snaps down. You can't open. This guy was complaining that he couldn't open the lid. Well, duh. Yeah, no. Right here. You put your finger under here and you squeeze, and it comes right off. So, you know, brake, gas, driving, can't get the lid off, whatever. So, I know this thing gets bad reviews, but for real, you know, just try it again. I have had no problems with this thing since I got it. It's, in fact, I can make a batch of pasta in under the time that the display shows. It's that fast. And it cooks up really fast, and it tastes great. So, you know, the drama queens and the clickbaits and everything, that's pretty sad. But as you can see, I got flour on it still because I use it because it works. So I would say try it again. You know, don't let the attention seekers ruin it for you. You can do it. It's not that bad. So get out there and make some noodles.